Welcome in, everybody. We're back and ready to dive into something really interesting today, retail technology.
Yes, retail technology.
But hold on, before you think, oh no, not another gadget review, we're going deeper than that.
Much deeper.
Think about it. Have you ever walked into a store and everything just works? You find what you need, the staff are helpful, and checkout is a breeze.
The beautiful thing.
It is. What's the secret sauce for those retail rock stars?
We're uncovering that hidden truth today, how ease of use and training actually make or break success in retail tech. It's amazing how often businesses get so caught up in chasing the shiny new toy that they kind of forget about the people actually using it,
Right.
the human element. Because it doesn't matter how cutting edge your tech is if your employees can't, well, use it.
Exactly. Our source, Retail Technology's Hidden Truth, Ease of Use and Training Drive Success, really nails it when it says that just having the technology isn't enough. It needs to be so easy to use that your employees actually, use it.
Exactly. And that all comes down to, one, are they actually using it, the adoption rates, and then ultimately what every business wants, ROI, return on investment.
Ah, ROI, the magic word.
It is. Let's say you've invested in, I don't know, a top-of-the-line mobile POS system.
Fancy.
Ooh, state-of-the-art. But the interface was so confusing that employees are constantly making mistakes, or even worse, they're avoiding using it altogether. Then what happens? Suddenly that shiny new investment, it's not an asset anymore. It's a burden.
Ouch. That is a situation no business wants to be in. And it really highlights why this whole ease of use thing is so important. I mean, we've all been there, right? Struggling with a clunky website or app.
Ugh, the worst.
That's frustrating. Now imagine you're that employee and you're dealing with that frustration all day long. How's that going to impact your performance, your morale, and let's be honest, the customer experience?
You're absolutely right. It's a recipe for disaster. A frustrated employee is not going to deliver great customer service. And our source really breaks down the specific benefits of having these user-friendly systems. And it's really interesting.
Yeah, let's get into that. It's like this light bulb moment when you realize how interconnected everything is.
Hey.
So let's break it down benefit by benefit. First up, accelerated adoption.
Okay. Makes sense.
If a system is intuitive and user-friendly, employees are going to embrace it so much faster.
Of course, because who wants to spend hours reading a manual?
Nobody.
Or like going through endless training just to do your job?
Especially in retail, you want people to just be able to jump in.
Right, get going.
Exactly.
You know, it reminds me of that classic example, trying to assemble furniture with those vague instruction manuals.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean.
Versus having like a step-by-step video guide. One leads to a lot of frustration, maybe a few choice words. The other, you get the job done. And when it comes to tech, especially in a fast-paced environment like retail, that speed and ease of adoption, that's critical for success.
It is. And speaking of getting things done, that brings us to our next benefit. Reduced errors, improved efficiency.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just common sense, isn't it?
It is. When systems are easy to use, people are less likely to make mistakes.
Exactly. Think about it. What's a key piece of retail technology?
Yep.
A POS system, right? A point of sale system.
Yeah.
If you've got one that's well designed, easy to navigate, that means faster transactions, fewer input errors, and a much smoother checkout process.
For everybody.
For everyone. And that can be the difference between having a line of happy customers or, well, not so happy customers.
Let's be honest. Nobody wants to be stuck in that line, whether you're on the clock or just trying to buy your groceries after a long day.
Nobody.
And it all ties into this next point, enhanced employee satisfaction. When your tools work well, they're easy to use, it makes such a difference in how you feel about coming to work every day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to feel frustrated or incompetent at their job. These user-friendly systems, they can actually empower employees.
That's a good point.
They can feel confident and capable because they have the tools they need to actually excel at their jobs.
Yeah.
And that confidence
Yeah.
and that job satisfaction, that shows in how they interact with customers. It really does.
It all comes full circle. And you know what it really is? It's like this ripple effect. Happier, more confident employees. That leads to happier customers.
Happier customers, smoother running operation, everyone wins.
Exactly. And that brings us to maybe the most crucial point of all, the impact on the customer experience.
Because at the end of the day,
That's what it's all about, right?
that's what it's all about. It's incredible how much, a smooth, positive technology interaction can shape a customer's entire perception of a brand.
Oh, absolutely.
Think about those self-checkout kiosks.
Okay, yeah.
A well-designed kiosk, easy to use. It offers that convenience,
Yeah.
control to the customer. But that kiosk is clunky, confusing. It's constantly malfunctioning.
Ugh, the worst.
It becomes a source of frustration that can completely derail their entire experience.
Oh, I've been there.
And that one interaction, that could be the difference between a loyal customer and someone who never comes back to that store again.
It's true. I've definitely abandoned a shopping cart and walked out because of a frustrating self-checkout experience. I'm sure I'm not alone there.
Oh, you're definitely not alone.
But before we all swear off technology and retail forever, our source makes a really crucial point here that I think gets overlooked far too often.
Okay.
It's not just about the tech itself, it's about the training.
The training, yes. It's like buying that, top-of-the-line espresso machine,
Okay, I like where you're going with this.
but never actually learning how to use it properly.
Right, you might get some coffee out of it,
You'll get something.
but you're never going to experience its full potential.
Never.
And in retail, that translates to missed opportunities, frustrated employees, confused customers. They're not getting that best possible service.
Exactly. And the source really digs into why training is so essential. And I think it's worth, exploring those reasons in a little more detail.
Let's do it.
The first point they highlight is maximizing ROI.
There it is again, that all-important ROI.
It's back. And for good reason.
Mm.
Because even if you have, the most user-friendly system in the world, if your employees aren't trained to use it to its full potential, you're leaving money on the table.
It's like having a multi-tool, but you only know how to use the bottle opener. It works, but you're missing out on all the other amazing things that it can do.
Exactly. And just like that multi-tool becomes so much more useful when you actually understand all of its functions.
Right.
A well-trained employee can unlock that full potential of the retail technology. They're not just operating the system, they're actually leveraging it to solve problems, improve efficiency, and ultimately drive sales and customer satisfaction.
Yeah, and I think it's important to point out, too, that, training like this, it really empowers employees to excel in those roles.
Yeah.
It gives them the knowledge, the confidence to handle whatever challenges come their way.
And that empowerment,
Yeah.
it directly translates into reduced downtime. Think about it. When employees can quickly learn new systems, or software updates, they can get back to doing what they do best.
Like this.
Serving those customers, keeping things running smoothly. And we all know time is money, especially in retail.
Oh, yeah, time is everything.
Absolutely.
And speaking of things that move quickly, technology.
Oh, tell me about it.
What's cutting edge today could be outdated tomorrow.
That's right.
So our source emphasizes the importance of continuous learning. You got to keep pace with those advancements.
Yeah, you can't just learn the system once and then assume you're good to go, right?
Hey.
It's about fostering that culture of continuous learning and adaptation.
Oh, I like that.
Employees need those regular opportunities to update their skills, expand their knowledge, and stay ahead of the curve when it comes to new technology and those industry best practices.
It's like learning a new language. You wouldn't just memorize a phrase book and then call yourself fluent.
Right.
You have to keep practicing, keep immersing yourself to really master it and adapt to different situations.
Exactly. And just like learning a language, it opens up new worlds and new opportunities, right?
Sure.
That ongoing training in retail technology, it does the same thing for employees. It allows them to grow their skill sets, deliver those exceptional customer experiences, and become those truly invaluable assets to your team.
It's that commitment that really makes a difference in the long run for everyone involved. And speaking of setting the stage for success, our source actually highlights a specific platform that's tackling these challenges head on. It's called Insight.
Insight. Okay. What's interesting about them is they've got this two-pronged approach. They're making training easy for the company to implement and engaging for the employees who are actually using it. So they're really hitting that user-friendliness factor that we've been talking about.
Which is so important.
Absolutely.
It's like they've taken everything we've been discussing today. Ease of use, effective training, empowered employees, satisfied customers. They've packaged it all into this platform. And according to the article, one of Insight's big strengths is how simple it is for the administrators who are setting everything up. They've got this, get this, drag and drop interface for content creation and distribution.
Drag and drop. So simple.
Right. No more wrestling with clunky software, spending hours trying to format training materials.
Who has time for that?
Nobody. With Insight, drag, drop, boom, your training program's ready to launch.
Love it. So it's like having this secret weapon, especially in a fast-paced industry like retail.
Exactly. But it's not just about making things easier for the administrators. Insight also has this really user-friendly interface for the employees who are actually going through the training.
Okay, so they've thought about both sides of it.
Exactly. Remember all those clunky systems we talked about earlier?
Ugh, don't remind me.
Insight is the opposite. They understand that employees are way more likely to actually engage with training if it's presented in a way that makes sense, If it's clear, it's digestible.
It's almost like they've made training enjoyable,
Right.
which is huge. Because if it's enjoyable, people are going to retain that knowledge better.
Absolutely. And of course, it wouldn't be a tech platform without data. Insight has that covered too. Real-time feedback, analytics. You can track progress, see how effective the training programs are.
Data is key. You can track how employees are progressing, pinpoint any areas where they might need a little extra help, and then make decisions based on that data to fine-tune and improve those training programs.
It takes out all the guesswork. So to wrap up today's deep dive, I think the big takeaway here is that success in retail technology, it's not just about having the coolest gadgets.
It's about the people using them.
Exactly. Investing in systems that are easy to use, having really strong training programs that empower your employees.
And what's amazing is how these ideas, they go way beyond retail. Think about any technology you use every day, your phone, your computer, your car. Don't you appreciate it when those things are designed in a way that just makes sense?
Oh, 100%. It makes such a difference.
Right. It highlights the importance of good design and effective training. It shapes how we experience technology in every part of our lives.
That's a great point to end on. We often take technology for granted, but there's so much that goes into it behind the scenes.
Well, that's it for this deep dive. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.